Welcome back. Another wow. I'm gonna just fucking read it.
17, right?
You know what? I don't even care. I'm just gonna keep going. But it's it's for this is not another top 10 for in honor of Edge of 17.
Yeah.
We're talking a little teenage angst.
Coming of age.
Coming of age, yeah. Now they're top 10 coming of age. With me, Scott, Icebox, Neeminator, Neemy. Is actually I thought of a really good one. I have 31 teeth in my mouth, not 28. So I was gonna just call myself 31.
Is that because wisdom teeth?
I have 3 wisdom teeth. I'm missing a 4.
I'm sitting the same way right there.
And I have this one that's coming in from the side and pushing.
Oh, that's exactly my situation.
And I'm like, dude, I'm not getting it out now.
The
It's
viewers
already
could see
rooted in
this.
there.
You guys could be tag team champs.
Yeah, dude.
31 teeth.
31 teeth, yeah.
31 teeth. You
Ice
have
and
it.
pigeon.
That's what he calls me in.
Oh man, cut the music.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Every time he tags him in, the crowd makes that noise.
I can't do it.
That's why I didn't even try.
Yeah. All right.
so
You didn't introduce me yet.
oh,
I'm your reigning
Trace Couch,
champion.
Trace Couch Patchin, the champ, is in the building,
Yes, I am.
and also our new guest, my tag team partner, Austin Pigeon.
That's good.
It was like James Franco.
I like it.
Oh no, Franco James Franco.
Yeah,
that's
James.
right. And then the guy who screwed me, Damon DC Gumbert.
Yay! I'm just, here for shits and giggles. Whatever.
He's here as a color commentator. Yeah. So, if you haven't been listening, you should, and you should understand how we do this by now. We did a top 10 list of coming of age films, which was extremely difficult, by the way.
That's why I didn't do it.
And what we're going to do is highlight our 5 through 1. Now, if we have a similar movie within our 5 through 1, whoever has it, the film closer to 10 will replace theirs with one of theirs films from 6 through 10. Okay, you'll get it as we go, because that didn't sound too smooth, but...
We've done it a couple times.
We've done this about 12 times now. I think you should understand people.
So, anyways, who's going to start?
I think you should, buddy.
I will start. Look, this was extremely... I actually had to put a freaking disclaimer on it because I was feeling so awkward about it. It's like I had this weird pit in my stomach. I went with rewatchability, and it has to stick out to me as a coming-of-age film. Nothing that was even borderline for me made this freaking list, which it sucks because there's so many good ones. Yeah, like 400 Blows didn't make it. The Graduate.
Really?
Like
400 Blows didn't make it?
It didn't, dude.
That is surprising.
It didn't. So number 5 for me, Boyhood.
Take it.
You guys didn't? All right.
It was on my extended list, but yeah.
Well, dude, I mean,
me
me and Damon were talking about it before, and I think this is like the epitome of
coming of age.
coming of age.
Literally.
I told Damon, like, we missed this dude's childhood acting because he was doing this. He's like a grown up now,
Yeah.
so you can't go back. The only movie you can go back to and watch him in is freaking Boyhood.
Early parts of Boyhood.
But
yeah.
I love the short vignettes that it takes you through life, and I think it's totally relatable to some people. It didn't hit me as close to what some other people felt, but I understand where some people were like, "Oh man, this is incredible," and it's like, I mean, life changing in the sense of like, this was me before this movie, and now I watch movies in this way. I guess that's the best I could put it.
My cousin Brad was straight pissed when Linklater lost to Inarritu at the Oscars, and I was
Really?
like the complete opposite. I was totally rooting for Inarritu, so we had to stop talking for a while.
It was
Shout out to
splitting families
Brad.
apart.
Brad Wallace.
Yeah, so I mean Boyhood. He drinks a little bit in there.
He does. So,
And-
although he's not a boy at that point. More of a
Solid.
young
Well,
adult.
anyways, I think acting, of course.
Yes.
There's some like the stepdad that just goes ape shit. That drunkard is like that's like my favorite part.
Yeah.
When I look at that porn and stuff, it's hilarious. So, Boyhood's my number 5. Number 4. This might come as a little bit of shocking, maybe not. I don't know. Superbad.
It does come
Whoa.
with
Higher.
a shot.
Wow. Well, I know this one's gonna be higher. American Pie.
No.
No.
What? All
on you,
right.
dude.
Oh wait, no.
Oh.
He changed it.
I take it back.
He changed it back.
I'm afraid you're mistaken, sir.
Fuck American Pie.
I actually am going to go with The Sandlot.
Interesting.
You're good? Okay.
Yeah.
The
It's
same-
my extended.
The Sandlot to me is one of those films that actually was something that I grew up with because I actually moved, at a younger age and had to kind of restart with friends and everything. So I understand what Scotty Smalls was going through, and I think not only is it a great baseball movie, it's a great movie about friendships. I mean, the kid's bullied in the beginning, and almost just the way that they coexist with each other. The boys will be boys kind of thing. They eat some chew and then go on the ride and stuff like that. Like, to me, they learn a lesson in the end, that some friends will be with you forever, and some friends won't. It's like what they used to tell us in 6th grade, like, look around you, the people you're hanging out with now, it's not going to be that way next year. And you just like, what the hell are you talking about? Like,
Right.
These are my boys. I'm never going to let these guys
Friends for
go.
life.
Yeah, and it actually happens. So
Oh, for sure.
that's why I think The Sandlot is so great. And it's a lot of good stuff about growing up. Not only that, but I wanted to wear different baseball hats and baseball jerseys and PF Flyers. Just play baseball every day. So Sandlot did it for me.
Cool. I'll go next. This is my number 5 is the only one that I'm slightly iffy on. There are coming of age themes to it.
I know it's number 1.
Do you? Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it. I'm guessing.
I'm actually even, like, as we speak, contemplating switching my 2 and 1. So who
Ooh.
knows? I might get crazy. But my number 5
Freshman.
I'm gonna pick Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. I know Scott likes this movie a lot.
I do.
I also love this
Oh,
movie.
yes.
Yeah.
And I just the depiction of teenage life in this movie was both unique and almost to an extent relatable.
Yeah.
As the main character is very I wouldn't say antisocial, but he's kind of just pushes a lot of people away. Even his best friend, he doesn't even consider his best friend.
Yeah.
Just a lot of great moments throughout this movie, especially like dialogue and
Sure.
I know Scott does too, love every time they make their movies and they reference movies. It's very reminiscent to my childhood of just being dumb and making stupid movies, and not nearly to the quality as they were making. They were making some pretty great bad movies, but the coming overall. I'm blanking on the main character's name. Do you guys remember it all? I think it was like Greg or something.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
me.
is it Greg?
It's
And
me.
huh?
It's me.
Yeah.
His name is me.
Yeah. he's
That's Greg.
I mean, he's relatable at times, and I think just his arc with becoming attached to the dying girl throughout the movie and actually getting close and connecting to somebody and realizing that connection at the end of it was a very good arc and a very good, I mean, not as coming of age as Sandlot, obviously, but it definitely changes his perspective moving forward, I think, enough to realize, this is not how I necessarily have to be moving forward. So
I was just laughing when he's staring at that picture of Hugh Jackman, and like Hugh Jackman starts talking.
Yeah.
Dude, that is so funny.
it's so weird. It's
Oh
great.
God, yeah, it's hilarious.
So that is my number 5. All right, my number 4 is another one that I don't think is atypical to when you think of this kind of theme, but I'm going with Boys in the Hood. I grew up loving this movie. My mom likes, I think I've said this, but my mom likes to think that she named me after Trey, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character.
She likes to think.
Well, she likes to think that because it's impossible, because this movie came out in 1990,
you're born.
and I was born a year
before
before it, so she's a liar. But this movie is just, it really is reeling. John Singleton's directorial debut, he wrote the film as well, and it follows Trey, Doughboy, and I forget, Rick is Morris Chestnut's character's name or something like that. Ricky. And it just follows them as they live their lives through the hood, as they call it, of Southern California, Southern Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And
Just call it Compton.
yeah,
No, it's not Compton.
they just dub it the Hood. I don't
Yeah.
remember the actual physical
It's
location.
it's in that area because they go to Compton at one point.
Yeah,
so.
but it obviously jumps in with Trey and his relationship with his father and having to move in with his father in a really rough neighborhood after living with his mother with in a neighborhood that wasn't nearly as bad.
Yeah.
And then it follows him and his connection with obviously Ice Cube's character and Morris Chestnut's character, among others, and them just growing up in this environment and having to choose, seeing the different paths that each one of them has to take given what they're handed with life, essentially. And
Yeah.
it's just a really, really solid movie. I think my favorite Cuba Gooding Jr. performance, and Larry Fishburne.
Not even close, man.
Really?
Dude, Jerry Maguire, he knocks it out of the park as Rod
Yeah,
Tidwell.
I guess it's close.
Yeah.
It's close for me. But
I definitely-
I'm not
but
impugning
I-
your work, sir.
I'll give you a little a little backing on the whole coming of age thing because I've always said, and I think I said this during our top 50 because this was in my top 5.
Because I remember it.
Yeah, under my 5.
I don't remember
I
being
think
5,
Asthma-
but I remember being up there.
It's
yeah,
up there,
it was
yeah.
number. I really believe it was number 5. It was either 5 or 4. It in Slumdog kind of were there. I said that this was kind of like what if Stand By Me had continued.
right, because they even have like the
Yeah.
body
Yes.
scene and finding the body and
Yep.
stuff like that.
Like
yeah.
if Stand By Me had kept going, that's what Boys in the Hood was. And that's
Yeah, I just think
that's, I mean, Stand By Me is a coming of the age movie. So.
Yeah, for sure, and I think it just really embodies the, especially Trey's character, the learning from his environment and trying to turn into the man that his father wants him to be, and not
And his
become
mom,
another
yeah.
his mother, and not become another thug and or dead person on the street. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So that's my 4. I'll see.
All right, yeah. Well, I took a different approach with it. These are way more personal picks, and 5 and 4 were definitely the ones that I feel like are more wild card. I'm gonna start off 5, kind of, and maybe people can't connect as well to it. I'm going with Grease, actually, just because this movie, yeah, it's more innocent and at a different time than maybe we can connect with, but it definitely shows the coming of age of how like people change you as you get older. You see, definitely the 2 main characters change so much to be more like the other one. And that's something that could probably happen to all of us, how relationships have, shaped us to be who we are now.
Definitely. I just wish it came with dope music scenes.
Yeah, exactly,
Musical
right?
Dude,
pieces.
the music in that is so great.
I know.
Yeah.
He's the one. You're the one that don't like it, right?
I hate.
Oh, well, you're in the
I,
minority,
dude,
buddy.
the Thunder Road, man, I broke that down in my head one day, and I was like, damn, I should have fucking wrote it down. Dude, I was on lock with that thing. Dude. And I love how dirty it is, but you don't really know. Like,
Yeah,
just he
until
slams
you
the door and he grabs his nuts like he had a boner, and then
Yeah.
the door
Yeah,
slammed out.
exactly.
Oh yeah, the chicks will cream for Grease.
And
Lightning.
it's a really like cliche way of showing clicks and stuff like that, but like high school has that shit.
Yeah,
Like it
oh, yeah.
does, like
yeah.
so.
It's High School Musical before it was around.
Yeah, right. The
Oh,
OG
yeah.
High School Musical. Yeah.
sure.
And then a number 4 for me, way more personal pick. I see, and it's a stretch too, but Lion King. Anybody
Yeah.
see the coming of age with that?
Oh,
like
definitely.
filling in your parents' footsteps. You always base your life off of what your parents did, whether you want to be, better than them or I want to be just like my parents. You see that with Simba and his connection to Mufasa and stuff. And obviously not all of our uncles,
Oh,
kill our dads.
or our
but-
lions.
Yeah, or our lines. That's a big part too. But it definitely, and I think you can put that in with so many other Disney movies at that time too of the coming of age. But I picked the
Definitely. I
Lion
think
King
it's a
because
solid
it was
It's a great pick.
It was
Dude,
my
one of the-
grow up.
One of my favorite scenes in all Disney movies is we did a Disney top 10. Go check it out. One of the
ago.
few
Shameless
Siski did.
plug.
Yeah.
It was one of that stampede scene is amazing, and then when he talks to his dad at the end in the
Oh.
clouds, like
Remember.
Who you are.
yeah.
I say that to my cat, who is named Simba all the time.
Amazing.
Me, number 3, Stand By Me.
Up.
Good.
Stealing you.
Because I felt really terrible leaving out American Pie. Come on. Dude, well, I was too young to understand. Like, I watched it in a room of adults, and they were like laughing their ass off and stuff. Like, there's a sock on his dick,
Yeah.
and like I
Yeah.
didn't understand that. And I was like, yeah, that is pretty funny. Why does he keep choking when Nadia's making him touch her, and I was like, oh, now it's like, oh, not again.
Not again.
Oh my god.
I
Man.
like this.
And like, not only that, but like, just the music in general that takes me back to that time of being a high schooler. Like when you think of like Good Charlotte and
man.
those bands that all sounded the same. But they still had some, decent songs like
Catchy.
Yeah, what's my favorite? One of my favorite ones is Ocean Avenue. Yellow.
Yeah,
great.
That's great.
It just reminds me of American Pie. But not only that, I think the biggest thing that American Pie did was it really kind of highlighted. I mean, not personally for my prom because I didn't go to prom, but I think what a lot of dudes talk about in terms of like. Being like sexually confused about,
just new to it.
Yeah,
new to everything, yeah.
And I think that was the big part. And then obviously the best, who's that kid he's in like Rookie of the Year or whatever. He's in that movie.
Oh yeah.
They keep doing this spin on him like, to the next step, guys, you know? And then like to the point, the newest one, he's like, here's the naked, the next step. And like they just bitch at him for it because it's so repetitive. But, I think the characters are great. Like Steve Stifler. Dude, I remember going to the beach one time and being like, dude, I got to get my Stifler shirt out. It's like cut off. That's like too tight. Yes, that's great, man. American Pie. My number 3. Wow. All right, this one's going to be higher. I know it. Good Will Hunting.
No.
What? Come on.
You got it. I took it off.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, it's
me
a coming of age.
I know it's totally
pushed out.
coming.
It's
of
not
age.
teenage. It's not teenage. It's not a lion, but
Shit.
I'm giving him a hard time.
It's good.
But I think Good Will Hunting is something that you can actually latch onto, and then I just Minnie Driver in that movie is kind of the thing that she's kind of like, if I'm gonna watch a movie, I'm gonna watch it because I really enjoy their relationship. But sometimes when I'm going to watch the movie and I'm thinking like, oh, dude, Minnie Driver's in there. I just can't get the fact that like her voice is Jane in Tarzan.
Yeah.
And she's like kind of annoying to me in that sense. So like going back to try to watch her, but I like their relationship, especially Ben Affleck and like Ben Affleck trying to tell this dude like, you have so much more going for you,
right,
that you need to snap out of it. Well, I can relay that to Stand By Me when we get there, but I think everybody has knows that person that has so much more to them, but they just don't. They need to be pushed. You gotta get underneath them, and I think then he finally realizes his potential and gets through it. Not only that, but Robin Williams is amazing in it. It's not your fault.
Do you remember in Community when Abed gives the speech that Ben Affleck gives?
Yeah.
And they just like spend like a full like 45 seconds ripping it apart.
Yep.
And was
it to Troy or was it?
Yeah, it was to Troy.
Yeah.
He was just like, he gives a speech, and then Troy's not where he was supposed to be the next day. He like starts smiling. He's like he just moved over like 10 feet. And he's just like, yeah, I bet you're happy. And he's just like, what? And one of the other people asked like, what's going on? And he's like, yesterday he told me the favorite thing he like the best thing he wants, like the thing he wants to see every morning is me not there. And it's just like, oh, that's a terrible thing to say. He's like, but it's from a movie. She's like, well, whoever wrote that movie is an idiot.
It is great though. I really do like it, and sometimes I mean, it's nice in this case is like the friends are there to say like, dude, don't hang out with us. Like, get out of here. You're worth so much more and stuff like that. Someone needs to say it to Affleck because he's great in that. He should end up being a comedian because he's so funny.
My biggest thing was, I don't know, it's just like, because there's so many movies to pick from, it's hard because, and I know it's totally a coming-of-age movie, it just doesn't come to mind right away for me for that, you know what I mean?
But the biggest thing for me, and I respect that completely, the biggest thing for me, because I flat out said it has to be a coming-of-age.
Right.
What is the one thing you think about in the end of the movie, when you think about Good Will Hunting, is just the arc of Matt Damon's character, and that right there, to me, he starts as someone who has so much potential, but then has to find out that he's actually worth,
Yeah,
He
what it
doesn't
is.
feel like he's actually worth
And I think it's completed so well.
That's fair.
It's one of the biggest things that sticks out to me through that.
I wasn't supposed to regret a pick this early. Thanks a lot.
No, but I mean, you can even
forget
go.
all your picks.
Yeah,
But you can
I
even
know.
go to Robin Williams too has that art. He's got
Yeah.
he's
He's
trying to
just
deal
like,
with.
he's a super smart dude, and he's toiling away in a fucking community college or something.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And yeah. Exactly.
Kind of starts to make him look at himself and you're better than this. What are you doing?
Yeah, and I think that it's not your fault. I think maybe he holds his, that maybe somehow, his wife's death is somehow his burden and everything, but he couldn't do shit about it. So
Right.
whatever. Number 2, Good Will Hunting.
Okay, that's you too. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm gonna take another Linklater film. Can you guess? Yes, you can.
Dazed.
Yes, Dazed and Confused. It's my number 3. Obviously, this.
No one's gonna say it. All right.
This movie.
It'd be
is
cooler
just-
if you did.
It'd be cooler if you did. It's just a deer movie to me, but I think. And
They don't have any
obvious-
deer in there.
Huh? Fuck off. I'm done.
Someone
with it.
had to say it. I was thinking
dad
it.
I'm done. Well, Dazed and Confused. Sorry. No, I'm.
Moving on.
But I think it's just a testament to Linklater as a filmmaker. He just really does capture moments so well.
Yeah.
And we visit. There's so many characters in the summer of I think it was 74, 76, one of those years.
Yeah.
But I particularly like the arcs of Mitch and Floyd, or Pink, as they call him, and because they have the most coming of age arcs in the movie, in my opinion, because Mitch is the kid coming into college or high school, as in Floyd is the kid leaving high school and trying to figure out what's life taking him afterwards, and it's just such a ride and such a Linklater way of presenting characters. Very obviously you can see that in his latest movie, Everybody Wants Some, but in this movie I just think there's just more forward progression with certain characters. Plus it's funny as hell at times, and another Affleck winner, I think.
I just think with Everybody Wants Some, I think it's more of like a niche audience. To me, it hit home because of the fact that I was on. I was in college with a team, you know what I mean? So, everything that went on there was like, oh my God, that was my favorite film to date so far this year. And then I watched it again and I was like, yeah, I could see how this totally misses different people because they don't have that. But Dazed and Confused, well, what's the plot? They're like, everyone was in high school before, everyone went to parties, or has gone to parties since, and...
Right.
So I mean, it's a way to really connect, and
I
not
agree.
only that, it's immortalized, by everyone.
Oh,
now,
plus, I mean,
which,
look at
rightfully so.
Well, yeah, and look at the talent you had in
Right.
their early career, and now pretty much most of them are leading. I mean, Affleck's made one of our last top 10s, the number 1. So
Way to give that away.
then put that one out. Oh shit, you're right. Put that one out first.
They don't. Don't worry. I've read the analytics. They don't make it 23 minutes in, anyways.
Oh, perfect. I made the mark. Okay.
But for those who do, go listen to the other one and just act surprised when you hear it. I'm not editing it.
Okay. I don't give a fuck anyways.
That's right.
Confused with number 3. All right. Oh man. Do I make it? Do I switch or do I keep? Help me out, everyone.
It's like you versus Damon.
Switch.
When
I'm keeping
Siski
it.
said, "Oh, you could do a trivia, or he could just go with his gut."
Yeah. And then I lose, right?
No, David lost.
I know, that's what if I'm him.
Fuck off.
You're kidding. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. So my number 2
Should've asked
is
for
going to
another
be
minute.
Cameron Crowe's Almost Famous.
Oh, all right, yeah.
I really, really love this movie. And I think the arc for the main character William is just it's just a testament of coming to age or coming of age, as this podcast holds. But it's just, I mean, you really follow the character through his you don't really follow him early in life, but you get the feeling of how confined his life has been because of his mom being overprotective, essentially babying him. They can't even listen to rock and roll music. But he still rebels. He does because his older sister gives him all this music. And he idolizes it. He wants to do something in the music industry, and he starts writing about it. Eventually becomes hired by Rolling Stone to go off with this band that he really likes. And then you see, relationships change. His arc from becoming, very, very, a kid almost to a young adult loses his virginity. He starts partying. He lives the rock star lifestyle, but then realizes that it's not exactly what he thought it was going to be. It's not what he wants out of his life. Plus, you have the character arc of both Penny and Billy Crudup's character, with them going through changes. I mean, even Crudup's character, as an older man, not older, but like an older, younger 30s, older 20s, younger 30s guy who hasn't really grown up yet fully, and he and you have to watch him kind of get out of that and stop being, stop acting the way he is. And I just think that the hopes and dreams of William's character being crushed by Penny, kind of not wanting him like she wanted him, and Billy Crudup's character totally just breaking his heart. I mean, he was the guy he looked up to the most throughout his trips with them, and it just all comes together. I think it just really embodies coming of age to me. Plus, the scene with Tiny Dancer is just amazing. It holds in my mind to this day. So.
Definitely. Dude, Cameron Crowe's good. Except for Elizabethtown. I never watched that movie.
I didn't watch it. Did you know that all of Almost Famous is pretty much like a biography of his life?
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah, this is all the stuff he did growing up. It's pretty crazy.
Elizabethtown, amazing trailer. Terrible movie.
Is it? I won't watch it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I've only ever gotten 20 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, did you see though when they were on the plane, Kirsten Dunst and... Okay, good. Because it was one of the worst edits ever.
Is it?
It's terrible. I was like, okay, that's so... Anyways. Austin?
All right, I'm actually switching around my 3 and 2. But,
here we go.
At 3, I'm going to have Perks of Being a Wallflower then. This came in terms of the teenage angst we're going to originally do, but I think it still holds up with the coming of age.
Hell yeah.
Just because it really depicts how anybody's demons can kind of be controlled by other people, I'd say, and the people that influence you. And then the other thing is just like how much you change meeting friends and how much friends change your whole outlook on life. Yeah, they influence you so greatly, and you see that with the main character when his friends all leave to college, the breakdown and stuff like that. But then to come back, knowing that you're always friends, you don't have to necessarily be next to each other and stuff like that. And right. Yeah, and I would love to rewatch the movie again just to get those emotions again.
I really liked how the film depicts just being a teenager and going through those life moments. You know what I mean? Especially for Logan Lerman's character, just really, especially because he was a pretty depressed kid beforehand, wasn't he?
Well, he had been sexually abused by his aunt.
Exactly.
Dude, I called that from the beginning.
Did you really?
Oh, I knew it, man.
I didn't because I read the book. Well, I did because I read the book.
But yeah, I mean, just those moments, and I really like the dialogue over them, especially the big popular scene of the infinite scene.
Yeah.
I just really it brought me back a little bit to growing up. So.
I thought it was a good movie, and even I liked exploring that aspect of, a male getting sexually abused by a woman, which, I mean, say what you want. I don't know how often, at least off the top of my head, I don't really
Statistically,
know.
it doesn't happen as much, but it's definitely
Right.
something that happens. Yeah.
I was thinking that, and I actually like that aspect to the movie. I mean, I like it in the sense that it builds the drama, but, it was a good pick.
Lots of ups and downs in it emotionally too.
Yeah.
Soundtrack and just a mood that really captures teenage years.
Yep.
So the number 2 is a callback to Superbad. Actually, it's hard to invest in a comic to have a lot of influence over the coming of age or really depict something coming of age where it's more serious. But I think Superbad hits really close to home for me because I'm fresh out of college, and I remember my senior year of high school thinking, where the hell are all my friends going? Like,
Right.
what's next and stuff like. And I just remember just wanting to be next to all the people I was in high school with while I was there, because I didn't know if I would see them again. And I think Superbad depicts that so well, where it's kind of just this natural progression onto, you see them at the end, you know, when they're in the mall shopping, they just kind of go, yeah, well, you know, see you around. That's kind of what happens and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's definitely a last hoorah to teenage years and on to adulthood. You kind
Right.
of see it in a funny way. So
And I like that there. I mean, because for the most part of the film, it is a pretty, you know, trying to be over the top comedy film.
Yep.
It's hilarious.
But it still brings you into those fundamental, you know, friendship and growing up and in what happens next kind of things. And I think that's great. I also, I mean, it's not lower on my list, but I forget the director's name, but he also did Adventureland, which I thought was very, very well done. It
Adam
really fits-
Goldberg?
Huh?
Evan Goldberg?
Well, I don't
Adam
think
Goldberg's the Jewish guy.
he co-wrote Superbad with Seth Rogen, right?
I can
Or
look
did
it
he
up
just
real
write
quick.
it by himself? Huh?
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah,
It
but
might have
I think
been-
the guy's name is Greg something. But
it was an
Adventureland was good.
Apatow?
Huh?
It was an Apatow?
No, it wasn't.
No, I thought it was Goldberg who directed it. I don't know.
We could all be wrong.
I'm literally looking it up right now, so everyone shut the fuck up.
That was your 2?
number 2, yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Greg Matola.
Greg.
Matola.
I was right, Greg.
Greg.
The fuck it is. He did Superbad.
Why don't you go pee your
Paul,
pants
and
again,
then-
Greg? It's like 2nd grade, dude. My number 1, obviously, dude, it's the obvious choice. It's the right choice. I'm just kidding. The Breakfast Club, man.
Yeah.
Coming of age, dude. I was like,
My number 1 too, by the way.
well, all right, well,
What?
we're going 1 and 2 anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the Breakfast Club, dude. It's one of those things where from the beginning to the end, and you don't even need that monologue from Anthony Michael Hall's character to tell, you know, to read the story, because you understand what's going on, and each of these kids, that the different pressures that they have, which I think is brilliant. You know, the brain is pressured by his parents, and
Yep.
The jock is pressured by his parents to do better.
right, and to show off in front
Yeah.
of the friends, and then obviously then the
Shitty life that John
Right.
Bender goes through.
yeah, but Bender also, I mean, I think one thing that the principal says, like, you know, he acts in front of these people, that's why he keeps going back. You know, he's
Right.
got to maintain this image of a hard ass.
Yeah.
And
And-
I mean, it's great. I love the dialogue in it. The only
Oh.
part I don't like is when Emilio Estevez smokes weed and then comes out and like breaks the glass. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
That's what weed
I don't-
does to you guys.
John,
Yeah. I was like, I
It's
just
John
said-
Hughes.
I was like,
For anyone who's
okay.
never smoked weed, that's not how you do it.
Yeah.
But I think particularly I like the fact that all of these characters really, I mean, they have so much in common, but then they don't. You know what I mean? And it's very interesting to see that the people that they decide to, you know, say these things, all these pent up things to each other are these people. You know what I mean? Why these people, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's just great, especially that scene where they all start telling their stories. Predominantly Emilio Estevez and Anthony Michael Hall. That John Hughes kind of just let them just go with it. You know what I mean? He just told them to just stick with obviously the stories, but just keep going with it. And I think that brought forth the most emotion emitted. Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. And I think it's the embodiment of coming of age and teenage angst as well.
Yeah, I'm just one of those guys against the grain. So it took a lot to put it at number 1 on my list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you,
It's
but
the
it's-
obvious choice. It deserves to be there. I'm just
That's
not
kind
that
of
guy.
you
You know?
wanted to not put it there.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I
you know
feel
what I
you.
mean? But
It really.
I'm glad I put it there because it truly is. It's on top of that, you can watch it from any point in the film and just enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah, very rewatchable for sure.
Number 1.
Yeah, so with the Breakfast Club, I definitely see it as a number 1 too, and I knew it coming in that you guys would probably do it at number 1, so I kept it lower on the list. But number 1 for me is Stand By Me,
Hell yeah.
which is funny because I watched it when I was a kid and I didn't feel connected to it, and then I watched it as a teenager and I kind of started to get it, and I watched it as an adult and really, really got it, and it's just seeing the potential in your friends or somebody
Yeah.
close to you and being like, don't do this, you know, like that's crazy to be like, no, you know, as much as he thought it was cool to do, he's like, no, you're better than this, and it's so crazy. And the ending scene, you know, where it's years down the road and he's like, this is what happened to him, and this is what happened to him, and just like, but still cherishing those child moments so closely with your friends is, it just gets me every time now.
And what's amazing about it too is the people, and personally for my friends group back in elementary school, I used to watch this movie all the time with them, and like to think that the same thing that happened in that movie happened to be and my friends like. Still, if I saw them anywhere, I'd pick up a conversation or do, but like how close we were back then, and then it's just the way they edit those characters out, how they just fade away.
Yeah,
it's just it's life, man, and it's tough, and I mean, I think the voiceover works so well. It's more than I don't know, Damon. You're not into voiceover, aren't you?
Not. In certain situations, it obviously it works.
Did you enjoy it in Stand By Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Mainly because, Richard Dreyfuss is fantastic. Just his voice fits everything.
Well, it just makes sense, too.
Yeah.
Because he's going back to
this
moment of his life. And
he's writing the story, so obviously he's going to narrate it a little bit. That's why it doesn't bother me in that. It doesn't bother me in another Rob Reiner film, Princess Bride.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me in those films. It's just when it's, like, out of place.
But, like, I mean... And even in the beginning where he's just sitting in that car reflecting on the fact that his childhood best friend was killed, spoiler alert, not because you find out right away. It's so great, and kind of tying it into Good Will Hunting, where they're like, you're worth more than that. That's what they try to do with Gordy, Chris is like, you got to get out of here, man. We're nothing. And how about a shout out to Jerry O'Connell? The fat kid from Stand By Me.
Now look at him.
Stealing John Stamos' wife.
That's
killing it.
That's right.
In the words of
that's a Cinderella story.
In the words of Ace, it's big time, baby.
Big time. Well, I mean, did we say anything about River Phoenix?
River Phoenix, God,
so many young stars who really turn into awesome things later.
Corey Feldman,
and Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton, that's right.
Here's a good movie if you ever want to watch a decent one with Will Wheaton in it. It's Toy Soldiers.
Yeah.
And they're at like I don't know, it's like a boarding school for boys, and it gets taken over by terrorists. Sounds really stupid, but just check it out. It's actually Sean Astin's in it.
When I thought Toy Soldiers.
Sean Astin's in it, and they like try to take over. They try to retake over the place. It's sweet, but
you talking crap about Toy Soldiers?
You seen it?
Just the one that he was just talking about.
I'm thinking Small Soldiers.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking
everyone
too.
thinks Small Soldiers.
Is
Yeah,
that what you just said?
Great movie, by the way.
Huh?
Great movie, but
hey, I had the best Small Soldiers toy ever. It was Major Chip Hazard, but he was all like burnt to shit.
Yeah.
And then you push the button,
and
his legs went off.
I still have a Nick Nitro toy from the movie.
Nick Nitro.
Yeah.
I had
Ocula and
isn't this fucking Small Soldiers?
who's the purple guy with the arrows?
Yeah, the spinning guy. What's his name? He was my favorite
was
too.
your
I
dude.
cannot remember it for the life of me.
Zaniac, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But who was like the lead Archer?
Archer,
yeah.
I'm Archer, leader of the Gorgon.
Yeah, dude. That movie.
Dude, that movie is so... David Cross is in it and everything.
Hey, isn't Kirsten Dunst in that?
Yes,
young
Kirsten Dunst is in it.
Dunst.
Who's the boy though?
Alan Abernathy? I don't know his real name. I know the character name.
You would, man. You would.
I don't know,
Oh,
it's a
shit.
dude who did a lot of like teenage movies that I didn't fucking...
Oh, is he that guy in The Patriot? The kid in The Patriot that
yeah,
got shot
kid in The
first?
Patriot, yes.
He's in Air Bud too, I think.
Yeah. Wow, dude, that is a body of work.
Yeah, look at this guy go.
Yep. Should we do this up? Breakfast Club at 1?
Yeah, definitely Breakfast Club at 1. And that'd be put Stand By Me at 2 then.
Definitely. I had Stand By Me. Yeah.
Does that put Superbad at 3 technically, or Goodwill?
I take Goodwill over Supermad personally, but
Super mad or super bad?
Super bad.
Super bad.
Super mad.
It's a
Super
spinoff.
mad.
What do you want? Goodwill Hunting or... Because I had Super
I
bad.
do-
And I had super bad.
Oh, you both had Supermad?
Yeah,
I had
you gotta
Super
do
on
it.
mine. And it was
You
like
gotta do
45 on
it.
his.
You gotta do it then. But I am kicking myself
for-
that Goodwill Hunting didn't make my list, so you can put that in.
I see,
and
I
make
just didn't
myself
want to
feel
like. I didn't want to have the same. We would have
know.
all had the same.
Whoops, what the hell's
same
going on?
one.
Sometimes when you do this, you gotta get a little hipster and you gotta
Yeah.
put something you don't think is gonna be that night.
This is all
Well, I'm the only one that had Almost Famous and Days of
Was Perks
Confused.
in your 10?
Well, it's because
Who?
fuck you.
Oh, Perks was your 6, so that'll probably.
Perks was my
That'd
6.
probably make it on there then.
Don't undermine my number 2. Almost Famous isn't on there yet.
What's
Almost
your...
Famous is definitely like a.
No, it's definitely coming of age. I just...
Where?
Oh snap! He was in the original Time.
Where do you want? What do you want
What are we
next?
at?
We're at 5.
What is the last one you just put in?
Goodwill Hunting.
Alan Average.
Almost Famous.
Almost.
Or Dazed. I don't know. Where did Dazed land for you? If it's not on there.
Dazed
I'll kill
was
you.
an honorable mention outside
honorable
top 10.
mention too. But it definitely could have been
Ah.
in 10. Like,
I don't
like
care. I was
I'd
being
like
a
to
see
hipster.
that.
8 to
Alright,
15.
Dazed
like
it
all I'm
is, because
saying.
we
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that.
So we're at 7 now. What do I have left?
Perks was on my overall top, and it's on Austin's
Perks is,
5.
was
The only
good.
thing I have left is, well, I have 3 things. Boyhood, American Pie, and The Sandlot.
Sandlot was 6 on
Sandlot
mine,
should be
so
good.
You want The Sandlot at 7?
yeah, and then probably Perks then, because that was on yours and mine.
Yep.
Anybody have The Outsider?
I did Outsiders.
I was
my
thinking
honorable
about it,
number
but
9.
That was
I
8
just
for me.
figured a murder and, like, what
Yeah,
did you actually
it was
learn?
very.
So we have 9 and 10
Yeah,
left,
huh?
and I have...
Dead Poet Society is a good one. Too.
Yeah, Dead Poets.
I have Boyhood that was actually in my top 5, and then American Pie, which was at 6. What do you guys
I
have?
have Boys in the Hood and Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl.
And I got Outsiders, Dead Poet Society.
Well, in your top 5. So.
Oh, in top 5, Lion King and Grease.
Shit.
So it's hard. All of them. Yeah, nobody has matching ones. I mean, like, to me.
Let me choose.
Okay, Damon, that's your
alright.
role.
All right, wait. Let's redo this. Okay, so I got American Pie,
Alright.
Boyhood, but if I had to choose between the two, I'd go Boyhood.
Obviously.
What do you?
I have Boys in the Hood and Me, Earl, the Dying Girl, and I would pick Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, I would actually go with Boys in the Hood, too. Just thinking about the theme.
Boys in the
but
Hood
I
was
have
at
Grease
10
in-
for me.
I have Grease.
So it
Then
was
that
on your
should,
list?
yeah, that
Yep.
should.
Let's do
Throw
it.
Boys in the Hood in. There's that.
Then you could
Making decisions.
put Boyhood then, I think, too.
Or Damon, what do you think?
Or Grease or Lion King as well.
Oh.
He's not picking
oh,
Grease.
Earl.
Fuck Grease.
Yeah.
Let's go
First
Boyhood.
nice.
I feel like that matches the.
Yeah, matches
coming
the
of
theme a little
age
bit stronger.
the best.
I'd say so.
All right, now our top 10 shows, best coming of age films, which they were a lot. Actually, I'm just gonna read off quickly my other ones. I had Mean Girls, The Goonies,
Yep.
16 Candles, Fast Time at Ridgemont High, Squid and the Whale, Graduate, 400 Below, Spectacular Now, Mean Creek, My Girl, Juno.
Yeah, Juno.
Juno. American Graffiti was on my list, though, too.
All right.
Yeah, I had Dead Poet Society.
Yeah.
Juno was on there too.
All right, number 10, Boyhood. Well, I was like, no, I didn't do this. Number 9, Boys in the Hood. Number 8, Perks of Being a Wallflower.
We do 3.
Yeah.
Okay, you got
I got the theme.
Number 7, The Sandlot. Number 6, Dazed and Confused. Number 5, Almost Famous.
Number 4, we got Goodwill Hunting. 3, Superbad. 2, Stand By Me. And number 1...
Ooh.
The Breakfast
The
Club.
Breakfast Club.
We suck at that.
All right. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Check out our other videos. We're doing a bunch of actual videos, I guess. Not just
Yeah.
podcasts.
Were you talking about my stuff?
Everything. Check out
Yeah.
reviews.
Yeah, I'm going to try getting reviews out at least every week, hopefully. And they will look better moving forward. I am sorry.
Self plug. Check out the logo.
Don't shit
Oh,
on my
yeah. We got a
platform.
new logo by
Piece of shit.
Austin Pigeon Man Pigeon. One of the best episodes of Hey Arnold, by the way. Pigeon Man.
Man.
So
Yeah.
good. Dude, it's so heartwarming.
I have the
breaking,
series,
too.
so I
So
can watch it.
heartwarming.
It is.
My mom likes to say that I was named after Pigeon Man, but
Oh, man, I'll kill you.
yeah.
That's great. Same mom, too.
Yeah, so
Same mom too.
you've heard it here first. Trace was named after a character in Boys in the Hood. Anyways,
Yeah.
this is Scott.
Cool.
This is Gail Weathers signing out.